BT, welcome back. It's your host, Mikey Meatballs, and Mr. Brains, Mr. Gassy, and Mr. Muller. So we're doing this on Zoom because my dad is super down bad with Ligma or Bofa. I don't know what he's got, but he's got something. So we're doing this on Zoom. Um, and we want to welcome back Mr. Muller and Mr. Gas, and we're going to get into it. So football, not too quiet this week. I guess we'll start off there. We got Odell, Mr. Brooklyn Jet, which is not going to happen now. He is on the Baltimore Ravens, 15 mil guaranteed. I think the contract was 18 mil, but 15 is guaranteed. So Odell to the Ravens, boys. What do you think about that?
I mean, right off the bat, that's a lot of money for a guy that has yet to play a full season in what, 4 years, 3 or 4 years?
Two knee replacements.
What?
Two knee replacements.
Jesus Christ! Yeah,
I don't even think he played all of 2020.
No, didn't we talked to Captain Defense about this? The Ravens don't spend money, and they're just dropping 15 guaranteed on Odell.
I don't know what the hell
All of
they're
a
doing.
sudden, after Lamar asked for a trade,
Yeah.
what
So
are we
now,
doing here?
so Lamar's staying, right?
I mean, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like they're trying to set themselves up to maybe make a push and get Lamar's love back onto their side.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you because it came out when probably right after it that Lamar and Odell had been like FaceTiming and talking all the time about Odell coming to the Ravens and winning a Super Bowl with the Ravens. So I would not be surprised if Lamar in the next couple of days is just like, oh yeah, I'm also going to sign with the Ravens.
But like, what does this move entail, though? I mean, what are they actually doing? I mean, you just paid for a receiver. I mean, listen, Odell's Odell, but I don't see the production he's going to put up like back in the day before his knee replacements and the when he was healthy. I mean, I feel like this move doesn't really do much. I mean, it gives them another weapon, but are they making the playoffs? Or are they going deep into the playoffs in general? I don't know. I feel like it was just a very strange move just to kind of please Lamar, maybe like pay a premium just to get him back. But I don't know. I feel like this doesn't even really make an effect that much. Maybe a tad, but I don't
Yeah,
see
I don't
anything
think it
going
was a
like
good move
crazy
either.
about this.
No, it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
not a good move because
they're overpaying.
yeah, they're overpaying for a guy that's not going to change their stance in the division because the Browns are going to be good next year. There's no way that they come in and go 500 again. And the Bengals are clearly the kings of that division at the moment. And the Steelers, you never know with the Steelers. Like they
that's
could
true.
field a team of just regular people from the city, and that dude will go 500. So, I mean, the Ravens, they're looking at a third place finish unless they get Lamar back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
that's why I see this move as like just a little, ploy to get back into Lamar's good graces. Because like if Lamar goes, I mean, they don't have a plan at quarterback. So who's going to be throwing to Odell for 18 mil a year? I mean,
Huntley.
that's what it looks like to me.
Huntley, Mr. Huntley guy. But I don't know. It's just like you pay him for 1 year, or like, what's the end goal here? You know what I mean? Like you're obviously not going to pay him again. You're going to have him for a year, but maybe this is like a little plan to just suck Lamar back in and keep him for a long-term deal, and then just go from there. But I don't know. Very very strange. I don't think anyone thought that he was going to be going to the Ravens, but it's a done deal now, and he's not with the Jets. So good, bad thing. You take it how you want it. But yeah. So Odell to the Ravens. So now what I think the Jets will do is there's three options here. They'll either keep Corey Davis, which I think is a pretty high probability unless he gets traded. They will draft a receiver, or they go for D-Hop. And that contract can be restructured. So we shall see what happens there. But
Have you
yeah,
guys
besides that, I
close
don't.
of Aaron Rodgers?
What'd you say?
Have you gotten any closer to signing Aaron Rodgers?
we keep seeing news about, oh, we're getting closer, we're getting closer. I think it will be done by the draft. I think they're just really prolonging it. Like they have to have a deal in place at the moment. I just feel like they're just not pulling the trigger just to put us in shambles.
They're waiting
Mueller,
for Rodgers to show up.
we did see the Jets GM, Joe Douglas, drunk on stage at an event, screaming he'll be here when he
Okay.
was asked about Aaron Rodgers. So that happened.
So I mean that's always a positive if we remember
Yeah.
the Clippers
That's
owner when they signed, who was it? Was it Kawhi? I don't remember what it was, but that dude's an insane person. When they signed Russ, I don't think he realized what he was doing, but he gave Russ the first brick to lay down for the new stadium. That was a bad call. So let's hope that the Jets goes a little better. But do we actually have like a GPS location of where Rodgers is?
I think he's
But
probably in Cali.
What
yeah, so I guess
the dude doesn't show up?
we're screwed.
They're saying they might want to try to get this trade done on draft night now, maybe even like day 2 of the draft. And I
That
mean,
just puts
just
us in
like,
such a strange position.
yeah,
I feel like we're really putting our lives at risk here. Not our lives, but
Yeah.
just the
No,
the
your lives
position
are at
here.
risk.
Yeah,
they
our
are.
lives are
They are.
actually at risk.
Because if you
My
have to
sanity.
watch the kid from BYU again, you're gonna have a heart attack. Like something bad will happen if you have to watch Zach Wilson play.
It's just gonna be painful. But we did see some Instagram photos of Lazard and Rogers just having some good old fun. They were just playing tag on the turf on the field. So it's going to get done. It's just a matter of when. And I think they're just going to keep prolonging this just because it's the NFL and
Yeah.
they want to entertain us slash put us in misery.
Right now, it's just a game of chicken between the Jets and Green Bay. Who's going to move first? Who's going to give in? Who's going to give up a little more than they want to?
I could
They're
honestly,
going
I'm
to drag
just
it
thinking
out.
about this now. I think Roger Goodell is restructuring his contract, and I could see him like telling everyone no contracts go through until mine is done. I could see Odell not becoming a Raven for another month because I could see Roger sitting there being like, nope. He just keeps shoving the other he's gonna have to fill out like 20,000 contracts on draft night. Good for
Dude,
him.
who even knows if Lamar actually comes back though? I mean, there is no talk whatsoever. Like this is not a solidified piece that, oh, we just got Odell, so now Lamar is definitely coming back. I mean, there's
No,
no
not at
pen to
all.
paper. There's nothing that's being said right now. There is no news about Lamar getting a contract.
The
So
closest to him coming back is a video of him talking to Odell from who knows when, saying let's win a Super Bowl with the Ravens. Like who knows when that was even like when did they have that conversation? That could have been in January when Odell was going to every single team in the league saying just like watching games. He basically got to go to every NFL game for free, and he got gifts.
I heard a very hot take today. I don't even say if it's that hot of a take. Christian Kirk is better at the moment than Odell Beckham. Do you guys believe that or no?
Yes, in his
Yeah.
current situation, yeah.
Yeah, right there with you guys. But yeah, so Odell news. That's the only thing that's come out. D Hop, we're still waiting on. I know there's definitely still some teams interested, and there are some that are not. Oh, I have something to talk about. Patriots apparently from Dov the douche. They do not believe in Mac Jones, and they are possibly looking to part ways.
Can you imagine Mac Jones goes to the Ravens and Lamar goes to the Patriots?
Don't
It
even
would
put
still
that in.
suck. Not the Patriots, the Ravens would suck. The Patriots would
Patriots would
probably
be
beat us twice in a year.
back on top of the AFC East if that happened, unfortunately.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, the Bills are they coming in third place this year in that division?
They're coming in third or fourth.
We're all in agreement there, right? Like the Bills are done.
They're
It's the
donezo.
Patriots and the Jets.
They're donezo. It's us and Miami. That's it. The Bills are donezo.
Speaking of Miami, let's stay in the division here. Hill said that he will retire at the end of his contract with them.
Yeah, he did. And honestly, I don't really I don't hate it. I mean, he said he's going to finish out his contract, which I respect. If he just randomly retired, I mean, as a Jets fan, we would love it, but at least he's finishing it out, and I think he's in this type of mindset. He doesn't really care if he wins because he just got his bag. He
Yeah.
doesn't care.
He won, got paid. He's living in Miami of all places. Like he's living the life. He's basically doing what Tom Brady did for the last 2 years of his career, and then he gets to post a retirement video awkwardly on the beach.
Yeah, I think there was a video of him acting as a GTA character. Did you guys see that?
Who?
There's Tyreek Hill.
Oh, okay, okay. I was about to say Tom Brady's in GTA.
No, but do you ever see those videos where like the GTA guys in the video game like they walk a certain way?
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure Tyreek was imitating that, and it was on Instagram somewhere. It was actually pretty accurate. It was really funny. But Mueller, we didn't talk about this. Brandon Cooks to the boys.
yeah.
What do you think?
That's a big move. That's a big move.
Yeah, wide receiver too
I like
immediately.
it a lot. I like it a lot because I'll take some pressure off CD. I think last year CD got basically hosed by the Cowboys because they didn't pick anybody up. So everyone was like, go ahead and try and throw it to Gallup. He'll probably break his knee in half. Happened. And then they're like, all right, throw it to anyone else because Noah Brown's like a knockoff CD Lamb. He can't catch anything, but he looks like the exact same person. He almost has the exact same number. So it's like the defense, they know that Dak can't see the difference between the two of them. So Dak's throwing in Noah Brown all game, which is why we lost. Like every game we lost was because Dak just zoned in on Noah Brown. Let's just leave it at that. So this is a good.
So Brandon Cooks is a really intriguing receiver because he's one of those guys who just does his job, and I'm pretty sure he's one of those or one of a couple of receivers that has ended up with 1,000 yards each year
Yeah.
silently.
Yeah.
I mean, this is low key a big pickup. I mean, last year he didn't get it because there was just a disaster going on with Houston. But can we possibly see another 1,000 yard season coming from Brandon Cooks?
Yeah. I think the only thing that stops him is CD Lamb.
I can agree with that because
I
CD's going to take all of those targets as well.
Yeah, but the thing is the way Dak plays, there's gonna be games where Cooks takes away from CD too. Because Dak, everyone knows it at this point. When he starts getting hot with someone, he just zones in on them and will throw it to him like 20 times in a row, which is sometimes his downfall. That could change coming into this year, but I mean, Cooks coming like no one really remembered Cooks because he was on the Texans. Like I think he's a good receiver. He can be great. We'll see if he can be great with the Cowboys.
Now, Mueller, what do you think? Because I don't know what pick the Cowboys have in the draft. Have you done any following on who they possibly might take?
I'm done. We need O-line. Give me
O-line? So strictly O-line then.
Who else are you going to take? Defense is solid. We don't need to go get anyone on defense. We just added Gilmore. Offensively, I mean, we got Cooks. We have two running backs I like. I know we lost Zeke, but I like Davis. I think Davis was the third string. I believe that's correct. And he looks good. He's like a mini Zeke almost. And then, you got Dak. Yeah, give me O-line. Give me someone to protect for Dak so the dude's not scared in the pocket.
I agree.
Look like Zach Wilson.
I hope he doesn't see the field at all. If I see, and you know what, he's going to see the field. I know what's going to happen. He will see the field at least one game this year, and it's going to be a disaster.
I'm putting money on the Jets, the game that he starts. Saying it right now. Lock it in.
Oh, man.
I don't care who they play.
My guess is week 10. Rodgers is going to frig his thumb up. They're going to have to throw in Zach because they have no other option. They ain't putting Tim Boyle in.
You know it's going to be like the Dolphins or someone that's important.
Patriots. It's going to be the Patriots. 100% it's going to be the Patriots.
It'll be in Foxborough.
Yeah. So, Mueller now, and guess, I did watch a little bit of the Masters. And I will say, this is probably the first time I watched golf like religiously. It was freaking awesome. I enjoyed the crap out of it. Brooks choked big time,
Yes.
and
Hurt
that
me.
was for sure because I know a lot of people. Those odds were outrageous, and a lot of people had the option to cash out. However, they did not. I know some people that did not. But shout out to John Rahm. I actually verbally said, "Oh, John Rahm's got it." I didn't bet it, so it doesn't count. But the dude's a beast. Congrats to him.
Do you want to hear the bets that I had this week?
Yeah, let's hear it.
So to win the tournament, so this was on Wednesday. I placed these. I had John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, and Sam Bennett, the amateur. Sam Bennett, the amateur, was he was pretty freaking good. I mean, he was in second place. I think he was in first. I think maybe at one point, but he was in second place for basically the whole tournament until the third round. So I cashed that one out going into the third round. So made like $20 profit there because I mean he wasn't gonna win. And then I actually, sadly, I cashed out the John Rahm one on Thursday, Friday because I was like, all right, I was riding Brooks heavy. Like I wanted Brooks to win so bad. I'm a huge Brooks fan. Rode it
I think
heavy.
everybody
I
was.
cashed out John Rahm, made a little bit of profit there. And then the third round happened, and I saw the writing on the wall for Brooks. I was like, all right, this he doesn't have it today. They were playing like golf is one of those things like if you have it, you have it. If you don't, you don't. Like on that day, and he did not have it on Sunday. And when I saw that after the third round, I quickly cashed that one out. So I made a profit on all of them. But man, I wish I held on to John Rahm. But I gave up on him quickly because I mean, I had to ride with Brooks.
Well, you had the top two correct, and pretty much the top three correct. But
Sam Bennett
uh,
was a huge pick.
yeah, that was a big pick, and I believe Mickelson came in second. Is that correct? He had a good third round.
Hate Mickelson, but yeah.
What happened with Tiger now? Was there something wrong with his knee? There was a
Oh,
screw in his knee.
bro, you're like 15 years late to the party if you're asking what's wrong with Tiger's body. The dude had a fused back. He won the US Open on a torn ACL. He's got like fake knees, he's got fake hips, he's got screws in his ankles. He got in a car accident, lost a leg.
That's
He
true.
I mean, he's a robot. And the fact that he's out, and it's unfair that we play these majors in places that it's cold because everyone knows that his downfall is the cold. He can't play in the cold. He wasn't limping because his knee hurt. He was limping because we didn't have enough degrees on Sunday. The degrees weren't high enough for us on Sunday. So you know what? He made it to the third round. He made the cut. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone. He's gonna come out. He will win another major. But the conditions, I mean, it has to be like 80 every day.
You make a very good point. I mean, I think Tiger has solidified his legacy, and everybody knows that. Now, is his son going to be the truth? Is he going to win a major?
Bro, Charlie Woods has a better swing than I do. And I've been trying to do this thing for the amount of years that he's been alive. Like, yeah,
So
like
he's the next upcoming GOAT.
he better be. I mean, he doesn't have to be if he doesn't want to be, but I mean, he kind of has to be.
Okay, this is funny you asked that now. So what are your thoughts about that? So your father is a primetime baseball, basketball player, football player, like an absolute legend. Do you think that it is kind of their duty to follow in their footsteps?
I want to say this about that because there is an argument for that, but I think in basketball and football, it's a little different because the sport is different for different positions. So it
Okay.
depends on who, like how tall you grow in basketball. Like if the kid comes out the womb and doesn't grow, he might not be like Shaq. Granted, Shaq's kid is tall, but he's not built like Shaq. So there's parts to it. Like I feel like golf is one of those sports where no matter how you end up, I mean, John Rahm won one for the thick boys this weekend. But you have other guys on the tour like Victor Hovland who made a run, and he's this fit, skinny guy, like probably the same size as me, and he's playing the same style. Like he can compete with Rahm. but they're playing the same sport, same game, same tee boxes, same greens, same fairways, same trees in the way. Like, I just feel like Charlie has a better shot to follow in his dad's footsteps because of the sport that he plays.
You know what? And I agree with that because I feel like, especially for golf, and I would even throw baseball in there. It's something that really you're not really. I don't know. You're not really using your body as much, like you are obviously, but you're not physically tormenting your body like basketball and football. Baseball, you just got to teach how to field and how to fucking locate a ball and swing at it. Golf, you got to teach mechanics, and that's an easy thing to teach. It's not okay. It's not an easy thing to teach, but for them, as Tiger Woods to his son,
Yeah.
what do you think he's doing all the time? He's golfing.
Yeah, and he
Like
has
he
best
knows.
coaches and courses. I
Yeah,
think that's
it's an
why we
interesting It's an interesting topic, man, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's why we see a lot of golfers' kids end up being good. We see a lot of baseball players' kids end up in the league. I mean, we saw this year, what was it, like 5 or 6 MLB ex MLB players now have kids in the league.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not surprised by it because if you have baseball and golf aren't very different in terms of like how you can get to those levels. Because I mean, you field and you bat. Golf, you swing the club. It's like it's not like you got to run a 40, tackle someone. Basketball, you got to play defense, post up, like all those different things. Like it's two things,
Yep.
maybe. So
Golf it looks so easy when you watch it, but when you start actually trying to manipulate what they do and to actually golf for seriousness, it is so difficult. It looks so easy because the ball is just so stationary, and all you got to do is swing it, and you got to aim it somewhere. But there's so much that goes into it. It's a very difficult sport. It doesn't look it, but it is.
did you get clubs yet?
Not yet. Soon.
When you get them, we're going out.
Oh yeah, no, we're hitting the front nine for sure at Illick's
Should we,
Mill.
should we film a breaking like 100 type thing for Mike? But it's going to be like break 100 strokes at the 9 hole.
Yeah, listen, I'll hit the driving range. We got to get the driver going first, and then I'm definitely down to hit that nine. I actually like the Illick's Mill course a lot. I've golfed there maybe 2 or 3 times back in the day, so I am in 100%.
All right. Sounds good.
And I golfed at Saucon Valley too.
Jesus Christ. What'd you shoot
Don't
there?
ask.
Did
Don't
you
ask
break
questions.
200 there? How
We
many balls
played
did you win?
okay, is it called scramble
Yeah. Oh, never
where
mind.
you
That changes everything.
so we I think we did 18 actually. I forget, but it was either 18 or 9 obviously, and they used my ball. It was me, Logan, Owen Hawk, and Hudak. They used my ball once.
All right. Was it a putt?
It was indeed a putt.
Oh, we knew. Could have called that one.
Yeah, but listen, I'm nice with the irons. It's been a while, but I'm not bad with the irons. I think putting is one of my strong suits, but driving is a disaster. So that's something I got to work on. And we're gonna get nice, and we're gonna go around. We're gonna hit all these courses, and we're gonna be dirty at it.
Oh yeah. We're
Do
gonna.
you?
because I don't golf.
So you're in too.
You guess you're in too.
I'm in, yeah. I'll film.
So Muller, do you find yourself better at golf when you booze or when you're sober?
No. When I booze, it's like I will shoot. I will still break 100. Like I think I could still break 90 if I'm boozing, but I get much closer to 80 in the 70s if I drink waters and electrolytes.
Interesting.
I mean, there's
I mean, listen, it may be different for different people. Who knows?
yeah, it varies. I mean, it's like I said before, you either have it or you don't. Like if I have it and confidence is through the roof, it doesn't matter what goes in my body.
So, what's your routine when you go and golf? What's the first thing you do in the morning, and what's the first thing you do when you get to the course?
I get dressed. When I get to the course, I try and take no shots before I get to the first tee.
No shots.
I'll putt. I'll putt. I'll make sure that but the thing is, no courses ever match their greens to the actual greens on the course. So you go to the putting green beforehand and the ball is rolling fast. You get on the course and the ball, you have to like you got to swing that thing to get it to go to the hole. And it makes no sense. I hate it, but it's what I got to do.
So what are you best at when you golf? Are you a driving guy? Are you a wedger?
Putting.
Putting.
No, I'm being serious.
So we can all say we're good at putting then.
Oh, we're fucked, dude.
Well, whenever the next one is, I know my dad's been mentioning it a bunch. He wants me to go, and he's like, "Yeah, we got to get you going. Get some clubs, and you're gonna go out with the boys." I said, "Hell yeah, I'm in. Let's do it."
Yeah. No, we gotta do that.
All right. Well, okay, nice little golf chat there. I liked it. And the Masters, it was good. A lot of action, and also one more thing. I love how they do the footage of the Masters or just any golf tournament in general, because one guy putts, drives, and they move right to the next guy
Yep.
on either the same hole or a different one. I love it. I just think it's such a continuous action sport.
Yeah.
That's what it seems to be, but they do a good job.
Dude, there's a tournament every weekend. You get 4 days of golf every weekend.
It's beautiful. It's like the UFC. So, with that being said, what do you guys want to get into? We got baseball, basketball, we got fantasy.
Mike, the Sixers. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just going to speak on behalf of the Sixers here. The Nets had a great season. Sorry, it has to come to a close.
I agree with you 100%. Listen, we made the playoffs. We got rid of everyone that shouldn't be on the team. So I like where we're heading. We got Claxton, we got Mikal Bridges, we got my boy Spencer Dinwiddie. We're in a good spot. We have a bunch of average and some above average players, but we're in a better spot than I believe that we were, and we still made the playoffs. And it's not over yet, but the Sixers have no excuse. They need to beat us. I'm sorry, they have to.
If we lose to you guys, I will boycott next season. No matter who we bring in, no matter where we stand in the league, I will not watch NBA next year.
Muller, what do you think? Because this is now an ongoing investigation. Dallas Mavericks, now probably the most hated basketball team in the league, besides the Suns.
There's only one thing that should happen in this situation.
Take away the first.
Kicked out of the league.
Only Kyrie.
He's the only reason why this is happening. He went there, and then all of a sudden, let's run through the things that have transpired since he went there. Luka hates basketball now. That's the biggest thing. He ruined one of the best players in the league. Number one. Number two, the Mavs were easily going to make the playoffs. They had like a 99% chance to make the playoffs. Kyrie shows up. Like 2 weeks later, they have a 10% chance. I mean, there was only one change. Number three, I mean, he's just a douchebag. Like, why are we still putting up with him? Every team he goes to, he just ruins. Let's just teams have to stop signing him. He's going to make it this whole big thing, like the world's against him. But like, there are stats called records, and they point to Kyrie ruining every team. Celtics, Brooklyn, Mavericks. 3 in a row. He went 3 for 3. He didn't get a chance at Cleveland because LeBron runs the league and LeBron can do whatever he wants and got him out early.
The GM.
He was the smartest GM in the entire league. He got rid of Kyrie. He started this whole downfall.
You are right. I don't think Luka is ruined. He's definitely not ruined.
No, just this year. He ruined Luka this year.
For sure. He definitely was ruined this year. I know Coward said he's turning into Melo. I don't think that's true whatsoever. He's a way different player than Melo. However, people still are looking for excuses where it's not Kyrie's fault. I'm not here pointing fingers, but dude, this, like you said, records are a stat. I think they all point to that. I mean, granted, their defense wasn't the best, but sometimes it's not about that. Sometimes it's about chemistry and the camaraderie of the team, and it just did not work. And it was obvious. So do you believe that them tanking and losing that game on purpose, because that's obviously what they did, do you think that's a good excuse, and do you think that should be allowed?
It was the last game of the season, right?
It was, yes. However, if they would have won, they would have been in the play-in.
Let me ask you this, Mike. You're the best player. You're a top 3 player in the league. you were a top 3 player in the league next to that guy, right? So we got 2 players that are like, you could argue for them to be in the top 3 best basketball players in the league, right? You have 0 shot at making the playoffs. You just want to get on your plane, go to Cabo. What are you doing? Are you playing in that game, wasting your time and possibly getting injured, or are you just going to rest, relax, join the offseason?
No, this is the thing, though. As a fan base
You
and
know what
as
you're
a
doing.
stop, as a team, this was a game to win and to get into the play-in tournament. As a player, what do you want to do?
Dude, Luka knew as long as they had Kyrie, they weren't winning that play-in anyways.
But it's the fact that they didn't even try because one, Luka played in the first quarter and then they benched him. Every other good player that was playing well, they benched. How does that look as a fan base? How do you think they feel? That's awful. I would not like the Mavericks anymore. I would actually switch if they ever pulled some stupid crap like that. If the Jets ever pulled something like that where they lost on purpose to not make the playoffs, the Mets, any team, it's over.
Mike, you're talking to someone that watched his team purposely lose from day 1 of the season for 4 straight years. I can tell you right now, that was the smartest decision they did. They should get Sam Hinkie in there. He'll remove Kyrie and he'll start making picks and moving people. Luka will have a great team around him in like 3 or 4 or 5 years. There's going to be some misses. You got to go through the Okafors, but eventually you'll find your Michael Carter Williams and he'll carry a little bit of hope for like 3 weeks before he gets told, all right, that's enough. We got to shut it down and come in last place.
I mean, if you look at it that way, it's really not a bad idea. I mean, as a player, I feel like you're super competitive and you want to win. But listen, they just screwed the Knicks over now. So now they keep that first round pick and they'll get the first next year. But you could tell they were all favoring it. Mark Cuban, Kyrie, they all were laughing, man. I mean,
yeah, no.
As a fan base, if I was a fan of the Mavs, I would be heartbroken and I wouldn't recover. But luckily I'm not. So they are probably now the most hated team in the league, in my opinion.
I don't know. I think that the what's it called? Oh my God, why am I
The Warriors, Suns.
Grizzlies, dude. They're the most hated team. No one likes Dylan Brooks.
Did you see his outfit last night?
Bro, I stopped looking at some of these outfits. I don't know who dresses these people, but they clearly don't like get their mom in there to take a look at them in the morning because they look horrendous. I saw someone come in looking like who was that really fuzzy looking dude on Sesame Street? Big like pink guy. Regardless, he looked like a power. He looked like oh, what's the puff? Power puff. No.
Powerpuff Girl.
No.
Jigglypuff.
Jigglypuff. He looked like Jigglypuff because he was a big guy,
Yes.
and then he had like the little razzle dazzle on the side. He looked horrible. He looked like one
Dylan
big
Brooks. Dylan Brooks looked like Willy Wonka yesterday mixed with Prince. It is a quite interesting photo. You should definitely look it up after we end this recording because he looks insane. Muller, he looks insane. I think he straightened his hair and just let it flow and was wearing some crazy Flava Flav outfit that you would never see in society anymore. But it is something else. Let me know when you look at it because it's crazy.
Bro, why is he a private account? Oh, he has no posts. Never mind. Where can I go to find this?
Here, wait, let me
Is there an NBA Fit page?
let me look on Twitter.
Yeah, nope, that's not it.
Dylan Brooks. Holy crap, yo. All right, I'm sending it. All right. Check.
You found it already?
check the GM. It's there. It is something else. Stand by.
Uh-oh. It's not working. Oh. Yo, what the hell did he do to his hair?
That's what I'm saying. He went complete Johnny Depp in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
He looks who is that? He looks like an ugly Fabio.
Yeah. I mean, how do you just pull that off and just want to go out in public like that? I mean, it just we get it. You're flashy and you got the bands and you can just wear whatever you want, but dude, that's a little overboard in my opinion.
The fact that I looked him up in the first thing. So if I look him up on Twitter, the first thing that comes up is this outfit.
Oh my
And
god.
Man's pulled up with a see-through vest. Oh wait, that's not him, but this dude made a meme of it.
There, wait, move it over a little bit. There you go.
If I wear that anywhere, I'm getting arrested.
Are
Because I
basketball
did
players
something
the
wrong. I
are
did
basketball players the worst dressed players in the league or athletes in sports?
don't tell them that, but yeah. Yeah. I think let's rank this right now. Best dressed athletes. I think you gotta go golf first, right?
I guess you have to go golf.
Yeah. Like it's part of their job to dress nice.
I'm gonna throw in hockey players. I think they're firm too because they're always looking spiffy. They got the suits on.
I can get with that.
Number three,
Soccer,
uh, we could do soccer.
NFL.
Number four, we
NFL,
could do NFL because
you can
you
have
can
some.
have some good outfits by a
Yeah.
lot of players. So a lot of tires. Fifth,
Oh,
I guess.
wait, we forgot MLB. I think
Uh,
MLB is probably three, dude. Because they dress a
M-
little more normal.
for sure. MLB and NFL, they're very close. We can give the edge over to MLB just because they're more spiffy looking, professional. I mean, everyone looks good in a suit.
Yeah.
But NFL over NBA 100% because once
Yeah.
I saw Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's big red boots, I was just like, yo, what happened?
But how did those even become a big thing? Wasn't it a meme?
I think it was a meme once he started wearing those.
What the Honestly, like I don't understand this league. They
How do you walk around like that?
they get paid millions and then they spend like 2 million on the crappy outfit.
But like how do you like walk in those is what I'm saying because that's not like a size 12 shoe. That's a size like 48 shoe. Like when the font set at 12 and you keep increasing it by 12 and it just gets bigger and bigger. Those shoes were at least a 48 or a 60 font.
Yeah.
It looks like a
So
cast. Like there'd be no ankle movement at all when you're walking. You just gotta like lift up your knees.
yeah, there is no support. There's no support. Wouldn't you agree that that's bad for the players' ankles? Like you don't want them to get hurt. They might get hurt wearing those shoes.
Yeah, I'm surprised their feelings haven't been hurt by what they're wearing in general.
Yeah. Well, off that, is Embiid going to win MVP? Is he solidified?
I mean, if he doesn't win MVP, the league is they're
A
just
joke.
against the Sixers. If he doesn't win MVP this year, I will never expect the Sixers to win the NBA Finals. The league will rig it. We'll never win. It's fine. Like I get it. We did some unmoral things to get to this point, like the 4 seasons that we referenced earlier. But I mean, come on, the dude is the best player on the planet.
Is James Harden a Hall of Famer?
Maybe, because I mean, I'm gonna say yes actually, because if you take his years in Houston, I mean, he's easily a Hall of Famer. Easily.
I don't believe that he's ever missed the playoff on whatever team he was at, even Houston.
Oh, yeah, he made the playoffs all those years because when he was on Houston, he was the team that would have to go through Golden State all the time.
Yep. Golden State, the Trailblazers, when they're actually pretty good.
Yeah. The fact that Chris Paul has not won an NBA Finals yet is crazy. He was on those.
Do you think he will ever win one?
Now he's on those Suns. Actually, yeah, the Suns didn't win a championship, did they?
I don't think so. No,
No.
they were close. They played the Bucks and they lost.
Yeah. All right. So that's He hasn't won one. Think about the teams he's been on. He was on the Lakers teams, Clippers teams, Houston. Suns. Dude's just a professional loser.
Now the Suns play the Clippers in the first round. Kendrick Perkins said that he has the Clippers winning that series. Do you agree with that?
Are the Suns healthy?
Yeah, I think they are.
I
The Clippers are not. Well, they are, but PG's still out. If he did return, there is somewhat a timetable. He would return after the first round.
Yeah. So what? No. Suns have KD. They got Devin Booker. They got CP3. They got Ayton. The fact that I said Ayton fourth should tell you everything. I don't know. Because the Clippers, they win games. It doesn't make sense, but they win games.
The Clippers' depth is low-key not bad. Besides all the guards and everything, they got a Vika Zubac, who personally I'm not really a fan of, but they got Mason Plumlee to back him up, and he's a good veteran that could provide the boards and all that. But I still think the Suns beat them easy.
Yeah,
KD is not losing.
No, I mean, we're forgetting. I always forget Kawhi is on the Clippers, but can't do it alone.
Nope.
Yeah. So.
Yep. Well, with that being said, good NBA chat. Do we want to talk about anything else?
Dude, I got nothing. I
All
feel
right.
like after like the Masters weekend, sports are just like there. You know, like MLB is just there. NFL is just drifting along. NHL, Rangers are losing, by the way, right now to Buffalo. So they better figure it out.
Yeah, they like to lose to shit teams, but they'll be fine. They'll get it going.
Yeah.
Well, I guess with that being said, a good episode. The draft is coming up, so we'll have our top 10 mock hopefully soon, probably a week beforehand. We also didn't do that this week, so I think what we'll do is a week before, when we get all the news, we'll put up our mocks, and then we can go from there. But next big event is that. Obviously, we have the playoffs coming up for hockey and basketball, but check us out, like, subscribe, listen to us next week. Obviously, this week we're going to be dropping soon, and we shall go from there. Keep checking us out, and yep, that's all we got.
Follow us on Instagram.
Yep.
All right. Well,
with
that was
that being said,
that was fun. That was fun.
It always is, Muller. It always is.
It's gonna be more fun
So,
just win because I got money on them, but that's okay.
yeah, Mr. Gambler.
It's all right. It's all right.